Not bad time. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Now, guys, I'm sorry if this isn't very entertaining, nor is it very fun commentary, but I am trying to be as informative as possible, and I'm hoping I'm doing a good job. If I am, then please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video, then a like would be really great. Oh, balls, hello. Okay, that's another thing. What this message says on the ground, you need to get in the habit of reading these messages. It can save your life, and it can help you find awesome treasure. What this says, this is another developer message, says get your shield. Okay, so as you can see, there's an archer down there shooting arrows. So I'm going to run in here and pick up my shield. Now, depending on the class you choose, you will get a different shield. For me, I got the Tower Kite shield, which is actually not a bad shield. It's a pretty decent shield. I'm just going to check out the stats briefly so I can get a feel for how it is. Oh, see, that's really good. If you look up in the corner, right in the right panel there, it says physical, and then it says 100. What that means is that determines how much of the physical damage that your shield takes. Like if someone hits you and you block, okay, and you block it, if that's at like say 90, then you will take 90%, and you will only take 10% of the damage. But you will still take that for 10%. But because it says 100% there, that means that I will block 100% of damage. What that number basically comes down to is it means it determines the amount of damage that your shield will block. And 100 is the best. And underneath it shows all the other things that it can block, which is magic, fire, lightning. And then there it says your stability, which is basically, I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's at least, how much you get knocked around and how much endurance it takes off, and how much stamina, that it takes off when you block a hit. So yeah, that's what I know about stability. I know the more the better. That's all I really can say. Basically, this shield is a good starting shield. It's not great for. It's decent for lightning. Not lightning. Fire damage resistance, which is 70%. Basically, anything more than about 60% is pretty good. But you really want to get the 80, 90%. Oh, I thought it just froze there. Damage reductions, if not 100. But basically, a good shield to have is 100% physical reduction. So this guy's running. See if I can hit him. Now, one thing to note, I didn't tell you guys, unfortunately. Every time you hit, you lose a little bit of stamina. See, I'm kind of stuck hitting this guy really slowly because I don't have a lot of stamina. And I am doing an exceedingly low amount of damage to this guy. Really, really low amount of damage. It's kind of pissing me off. I'm used to just plowing through these guys in one hit of my weakest weapon, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. Gee, what the hell, dude? All right, is there a good? Oh, okay. See, that's why. I thought so. Let me just run away from this guy. All right, I need to get back. I'll talk about stamina again in a minute once I equip my weapon. Broadsword. All right, this is a pretty decent starting sword. We will be getting better weapons, though. I was wondering why this guy was taking so many hits. Oh, and he successfully ran away. Great. Every time you attack, you do an attack. A light attack takes off a certain portion of stamina, and then a heavy attack takes off a larger portion of stamina. Every time you run, this is the normal walking, at least with the over-encumbered state, and this is running. That takes off stamina slowly. And then when you jump, it takes off a certain portion of stamina. And when you do certain other attacks, it takes off, amounts of stamina. And what I did just there is a jumping attack. Those can be hard to pull off early game. And that, my friends, was a backstab. Those are incredibly useful against stronger foes because they can do a lot of critical damage. So keep that in mind for later on. Those can sometimes be tricky to pull off. A lot of people make the mistake of targeting the person. I'll demonstrate in a minute right here what they do. Hopefully there are more enemies to demonstrate on. There will be, but that's where we just were. Basically, it's telling you about rolling and stuff. Now, right behind this section of wall here, you wouldn't know it, but there's something back there that we need. Now, I have no idea how to get it. I mean, you wouldn't have any idea how to get it, and you wouldn't have any idea that it's there. But basically, you'd have to look up here, and OMG boulder. And that's how you get into that section of wall. Some dickhead up there threw a boulder. And that's how you get through here. And you see the knight who helped you out of your cell. Let's listen to his dialogue. I'll turn this up.
Oh, you. You're not Holland. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. Then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Alright, and now choose. What's your decision? Yes. I'm going to say yes.
I have failed at my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords, when thou ringest the bell of awakening. The fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
And oh, hold on. Undead asylum key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Now, this guy will die in about 20 seconds, so I don't know if he will come back to life as a hollow. And I will talk about, let me just talk about hollows. Brief. Oh, that was the sound of him dying. He just died. Alright, so let me turn the volume back down to a respectable amount here. Excuse me. There are two states that you can play this game. Right now, I am hollow. Well, I'm dead. Let's just put it as dead and... No. Undead and alive. Let's put it that way. Undead and alive. Right now, I am undead. My skin is all weird. I'm a zombie, you know. And the way you become alive again is you use an item called humanity. And you can pick up humanity in certain ways. You can pick it off of corpses. You can actually get it from certain bosses. But it's an item that allows you to restore your own humanity. And excuse me. And what that means is there's certain perks about being human. You can summon people into your game, which is a multiplayer aspect, and you can have them help you out with bosses. And you could be summoned. You could leave a summon sign and be summoned into other games. And there are a lot of other perks to things that humanity increases. And it allows you to kindle bonfires, which we'll be able to do later on. It's just really useful to be human, but being human also means that you're able to be invaded by other players. And basically, when people invade your game, their main goal is to try and kill you and take your stuff. Mainly just your humanity. So don't worry about them taking your items or anything. Ow. Alright. So these guys. Let me see if I can draw this guy over here, because there's an archer around the corner. What the main mistake people make when they try and do a backstab is they run around him with their shield up. You want to not do that. You want to keep your shield down. You can't backstab someone with your shield up. You need to run around, and I failed that one. There you go. You need to run around them with your shield down. If your shield is up, you're not going to be very successful. So there's an archer here, like I said. Just going to run past this guy. I don't know what I think he just shot himself. Okay, so right through this fog gate. This is what they're called. They're called fog gates. Well, they say traverse the white light, but everyone calls them fog gates, and that's what I will call them. On the other side of that is that big mofo that we just saw, and we're, at this incredibly weak state, we're expected to take him on. Yeah. And I haven't even talked about the Estus Flask yet, and I'll get to that. And let me just, a quick note, with the press of a button, you can two-hand your weapon, and that gives you a significant damage increase. Basically, you do more damage with your weapon two-handed, but that means that you can't block as effectively. Let me just go in here, kill this guy. This guy has a shield. Now, there's a strategy for killing these guys early on, because you can't just brute force these guys yet. When they have their shield up, if this guy would put his shield up, whatever, you can kick them by pressing forward on the left analog stick and pressing the attack button at the same time. You have to do it at the same time, and you will do a kick. The same thing it applies for jumping attacks. You just use the heavy attack button and press forward as opposed to the light attack button. So you can, I didn't want to do a backstab, but as you can kick these guys when they have their shields up, that will lower their shields, will stun them and lower their shield and attack. That is a very useful strategy early on. Now, Estus Flasks, I'm about to use one right now. Estus Flasks, what they allow you to do is they allow you to heal. Automatically refill when you rest at a bonfire, and that's it. When you rest at a bonfire, they are refilled to another bonfire, or the same bonfire, or the last bonfire you were at, or whatever. A bonfire. They allow you to heal. They can be upgraded with a special item that is pretty, well, they're pretty difficult. I wouldn't say difficult to come by, but they're only in specific spots of the game, making upgrading your flask a slow process, but it's definitely worth it. So we're going to go into the white light. Now, since this is a walkthrough and a tutorial at the same time, this is the first boss of the game, I'm going to be giving you this tip. Two-hand your weapon, go through the gate, and as quickly as you can, jump down, because if you wait too long, he'll jump up at you. You want to jump down on him and press the attack button and get the hell out of there. Just roll through these as well. Now this guy might own me, I'll be honest. I forgot to heal, so I'll do it now. Look out. Okay, he missed. Good. Alright, this guy, as you can see, let me just talk here. As you can see, that my attack that was called a plunging attack. I did that, and it took off nearly half his health. So that is an incredibly useful thing to do with this guy, because you are given that advantage. So let's just get in here. Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't do a follow-up. Don't do another. Oh, crap. That hurt. But I have good armor, so it's not a big deal. But that's what good armor is for. You can take a lot of hits. So, I should have talked about this, but I am target locked on this guy. And you can use that by pushing in the right stick, whatever that is on your controller. Basically, your main goal for this guy is to get around him. Be on the back of him. And you can roll with his attacks to dodge a lot of them. And basically, be behind him. That's the main thing. He can't hit you very well when you're behind him. But just note that his attacks do have that arc. So he can hit you if you're on the side of him like that. See, now I'm pretty badly damaged, and I'm going to need to get away from this guy. So I'm going to run as far away as possible, and then quickly heal. Note that I am behind a pillar. That wouldn't really help, but in a lot of other bosses it would. Being behind something while you're healing can save your life. A lot of people get frustrated with this boss because they don't know what to do. And also because they try and take him on that first time and they get owned. Because they don't even have like a shield, or, well, maybe they do have the shield. They don't have like a decent stuff or anything. They don't really know what they're doing. But basically, don't get frustrated with this guy. There's a very simple strategy. And even though I'm a knight, which has the best starting armor and a pretty decent shield and weapon, it's not that much of an advantage. Okay? So let me go demonstrate what bonfires are useful for early game. I wish I had taken more damage, or at least had more damage, but basically, bonfires not only refill your Estus flasks, they also heal your missing health. So I don't know if you saw, but that little tiny bit of health I had missing was now healed. And just outside these doors, using the key we picked up, and I don't think we'd be able to get out of this place without the key that knight gave us. I'm not sure, but or maybe that I don't know. I wasn't paying a lot of attention there. Basically, we're out. Good job. Go straight ahead. That was a message from the developers. And this ends the tutorial section of this game. Now, don't worry. Don't be sad. We will be coming back here, and the enemies will be tougher. Just not now. We could, it's funny. We could actually. No, not yet. But we could come back pretty soon. It's just we'd get owned by the enemies. So we're gonna come back a lot later in the game. Be wary. Okay, this is a message left by a player. It's something weird. Be wary of gorgeous view. It's just a random message. So that's how you know it's left by a player. But that's not a developer message. So here we go. On to the next section of the game. Alright. So we are off to Lordran. This is basically the beginning of the game, really. The tutorial area is not a skippable section. However, I've seen a speedrun of this, and people can actually clear out that entire area in a total of 4 minutes. It's crazy. Basically, here we are. Now this is the central area of the game, essentially. You can get anywhere. You can be... Alright. Lordran, level up, and kindle at bonfires. Okay, in Lordran. Now, right off the bat, we see an item over there. I mean, this place is full of people. There's a guy over there. There's a guy over there, I believe. And there's an item. There's an item over there. Oh my god, this place is amazing. Now, you need to not be overwhelmed here, because this place will kick your ass if you don't know what to do. First thing, rest at this bonfire. As you can see, we can level up, because look how many souls we have. Souls is the currency. You get souls from killing enemies. Bosses give tons of souls. Now, right now, I have 2,000 souls. That's a lot of souls at the beginning of the game. So let's level up. As you can see, it only costs, what? 700 souls to level up. So, yeah. I don't know what I'll do. Oh, God. I haven't even decided what kind of build I'm going for. Basically, I'll go for... Oh, you know what I'll need? I'll need strength, dexterity, and endurance. And I'll tell you why. There's a weapon I need to get that will require a lot of endurance. Not endurance, what am I saying? A lot of dexterity and strength. I think about 16.
Well, what do we have here?
First thing you want to do is talk to him.
Must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum.
Okay.
Well, since you're here...
Let me help you out, blah blah. 2 bells.
2. One's up above in the
Undead Church. And the others?
is far, far below.
In Blighttown.
And
Okay. This guy has enough to say. All the NPCs in this game are pretty eccentric. Basically, that knight, if you were paying attention before he died, that knight was telling me back in the Undead Asylum that basically our objective, what was formerly his objective, which is now our objective, is to ring the Bell of Awakening. And that guy over there just told us that there are actually 2 bells. One is up above. Where is the church? Actually, the church is this way. Up above in the Undead Church. Now, the elevator to the church is over there. Yeah, it's way up there in the church. And the other is way down there in Blighttown. Blighttown, I'm gonna be honest, it's my least favorite area of the game, and tons of people share that same opinion. And it's just got annoying enemies. It's got frame rate issues because of the AI pathfinding. That's what the actual reason for the lag is. Anybody who is interested. And we're gonna pick up an item here. That is humanity. What that will, I don't know. I already discussed what it does. We could become human right now if I so wished. I could do this thing over here called reverse hollowing, and that's how you become human. But first, you need to use your humanity. I'm gonna just equip it there. Yeah, it is. You can use humanity as an item. Gonna use it. I could use it, and then you would reverse hollowing. It's kind of confusing because it was very confusing to me at the beginning of the game. Now, right here, we're just gonna go over here and talk to this guy over here. I've said over here such a, I don't know, just a lot of times I said it just then. But a lot of people, they come over here, they see this guy like, what's up?
Hello there.
Not acquainted?
Petrus of Thalamus.
His name's Petrus.
If not, I prefer.
Okay. So, sometimes people don't always tell you everything all at once, so you gotta kind of back off and come back again at them, and they will just talk to him again.
Hello there.
So,
I realize that I have requested, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in
so he gives me this as a token of peace. Some coins, those are worth a little bit of money to trade later on in the game, but certainly not anytime soon.
Oh my.
You again, blah blah blah.
I have to await my so what?
Basically, this guy proposes you a decision to join his covenant. And what covenants are, they are basically factions. They're like guilds in Oblivion, in Skyrim. They're like guilds, but they don't do as much. They give you these covenants in this game. They give you perks and certain items, but they don't really do much. They're basically just a title along with an item or a special gift. So I will just say yes.
Very well.
All right.
Now,
So now that I've joined this guy's covenant, I could learn this gesture, shrug. Okay, gestures are basically for online, or if you're, I don't know what you would do it for. So you could purchase items from him now. So now he has all these items that you could purchase, and he has these talismans for miracles. Oh, these are amazing. This one is the one I'm going to be going for eventually. Well, I'll get to this one first, which is 5,000 souls. This one's 5,000 souls, and this one's 1,000 souls. So yeah, first thing you're going to be wanting to do is you're going to come over here, and you're going to realize something, and you're going to realize that there's no elevator here. There's absolutely no elevator here. I still forget what point in the game the elevator actually becomes available, but I'm pretty sure it's very soon. So it's not a huge issue. What most people, excuse me, wouldn't be able to figure out. My throat is getting messed up just talking this much. When I'm doing an LP, I wouldn't talk all the time like this, but I'm trying to explain everything, so I gotta talk all the time. Basically, you want to jump down here. You don't have to roll, you could just walk off. This is a secret area, which unlocks some very not unique, but helpful items early game. So, this area is filled with treasure chests and stuff. You want to loot this place. So let's open the treasure chest. Let's see what's in here. We got cracked red-eye orbs. Those are for invading other people's games. So, not terribly useful at the moment, but later on, it'll work. What do we got here? Morning Star and a talisman. So that just saved me 1,000 souls. Now what the Morning Star is another weapon, and it does slightly better damage than my current weapon. So I believe that I will, and I get +7 because of my strength. But oh no, actually I think I'll keep my broadsword. But let me just show you the Morning Star. It is a mace-like weapon. So yeah, not terribly good, but it's something.